Season 3, Episode 19. This is Black History Moments, a podcast dedicated to telling the stories of those who have been forgotten or who are lesser known in our history books and texts. Happy Black History Month. If you are new here, I am Shaakira White, an HBCU graduate and lover of all things Black and historical. When we think of Black athletes, we usually think about Muhammad Ali, Jackie Robinson, Michael Jordan, people along those lines. But there is one woman who brought home gold after jumping through hurdles on and off the track field. Her name was Alice Coachman, and this is her story. Alice Coachman was born November 9th, 1923 in Albany, Georgia. Her parents were Fred and Evelyn Coachman, and Alice was the fifth of 10 children. So, growing up, her family was poor, and this was the segregated South. So, Alice would help her family financially by picking cotton. She would go and supply corn to mills in the area, and she would also pick plums and pecans to sell just to add some extra income for her family. And she did all of this in addition to attending school. And while she was in school, Alice began to show interest in sports, but she was faced with two hurdles. Get it? Hurdles. It'll make sense later. So, the first hurdle being that she was living in the South. So, Black people were barred from using public sports facilities, and they definitely could not participate in organized sports events. Alice's solution to this was her own version of training. She would run barefoot through dirt roads and fields, and she would even create her own high jump crossbar out of rope and sticks that she would find around. Alice's second problem was that sports and athletics were not seen as ladylike during this time. Her parents discouraged her from participating in sports, and it is said that her dad would whoop her for those pursuits. He would prefer her to sit on the front porch and quote unquote look dainty. When she was in the 5th grade, her teacher, thank God for teachers, Miss Cora Bailey and her aunt Carrie Spry were both encouraging Alice to continue running. You know, girl, get out there. Her aunt Carrie would come to Alice's defense when her parents would have one of those, you shouldn't be doing this moments, girls don't do this. Her aunt would come and defend her. And it's a good thing that those ladies encouraged her, because by the 7th grade, Alice was known as the best athlete in Albany. Not just best female athlete, but best athlete, period. A few years go by and Alice enters high school at Madison High, where she joined the track team. And while she was there, she started grabbing the attention of a few people. And one particular opportunity garnered the attention of the Tuskegee Institute in Tuskegee, Alabama. A coach at Tuskegee asked her parents if she could train with their high school team during the summer, and she transferred there for her sophomore year. While she was at that school, at the age of 16, she broke the AAU, which is high school, and the college women's high jump record while barefoot, and she also played basketball there, but the high jump, that was her thing. Here's a quote. As a senior at Tuskegee Institute High School, she won the AAU Nationals in the high jump and the 50-meter dash. During her college career at Tuskegee, she won national championships in the 50-meter dash, the 100-meter dash, the 400-meter relay, and the high jump. She also played on the Tuskegee women's basketball team, which won 3 championships while she was there. She was the only African American on each of the 5 All-American teams to which she was named. End quote. In 1946, she graduated from Tuskegee with a degree in, get this, dressmaking, and later she also received a degree from Albany State in home economics. So people at this point are telling Alice, hey, you're not only one of the best athletes in Albany or just at Tuskegee, but you are one of the best in the nation. You should try out for the Olympics. And at first she was hesitant, but from 1940 to 1944, Alice was actually held back from those dreams because the Olympic Games were canceled due to World War II. When she finally got the chance to compete in the Olympic Games of 1948 in London, that crowd was about 83,000 people, and she was 24 at this time. When she went, she leapt 5 feet 6 inches, actually 6 1/8 inches, making her the new Olympic record and winning the gold medal in high jump. This made her not only the first Black woman to win the gold medal, period, but the only American woman to win a gold medal at the 1948 Olympic Games. Alice said, quote, "I didn't know I had won. I was on my way to receive the medal and I saw my name on the board. And of course, I glanced over in the stands where my coach was and she was clapping her hands. And I guess that's what woke Alice up, like, oh, that's me. I won." It was a close call though. She still won. So she was awarded the medal by King George and all was well. Count Basie, who was a famous jazz musician at the time, he threw her a party. President Truman congratulated her, and she even had a motorcade from Atlanta to Albany and a day in honor of her to celebrate her named Alice Coachman Day. But of course, it's not all good. This is still the South. In her own hometown, Albany, where they gathered to honor her in an auditorium, Black people and white people had to sit separately. And also, the mayor of Albany, who was a white man at the time, he refused to shake her hand. This is in honor of her now. And when it was over, she had to leave the event thrown in her honor through a side door because Black people weren't allowed out of the front entrance. The following year, in 1949, at the age of 25, she's still young, Alice retired. She married and she had 2 children and became a track coach. Now, here's a fun fact. In 1952, Alice made history again, retired and all, as the first Black female athlete to endorse an international consumer product when Coca-Cola signed her as a spokesperson. Little cute trivia fact for you. In 1994, she established the Alice Coachman Track and Field Foundation, and their mission was to help support younger athletes and also provide assistance to retired Olympic veterans. Alice passed on July 14th, 2014 at the age of 90 in Georgia, the same state which she ran those dirt roads, made her own hurdles, and set records upon records. I hope that you share this episode with someone and that you remember that you too are Black history, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.